Yves Saint Laurent's legacy is probably one of the greatest of all the 20th century designers, with the possible exception of Coco Chanel. There were just so many things that he did first. I mean, from the tuxedo trouser suit to transparency to conical bras. Not many people know that way before Gaultier and Madonna got together in 1990 and sort of built formidable careers for themselves as agents provocateurs, Saint Laurent had already done it 25 years earlier. Saint Laurent made a woman's trouser suit specially cut for a woman's body, and they were very, very sexy. And what he also did was he gave women tuxedo suits, and that I think was, whether it was subconscious or consciously on his part, deliberate, because he wasn't tapping into the casualness and the comfort of menswear, although his tuxedos were comfortable. He was actually tapping into the sort of the looseness of what men got up to at night, and he was tacitly saying, look, it's the 1960s, women can wear men's clothes and they can act like men do sexually as well. When Bianca Jagger, who's probably the most glamorous woman in the world for a while, married Mick Jagger in 1971 in Saint-Tropez, of course she chose a YSL jacket. It wasn't actually a trouser suit, it was one of those tuxedos in white, but it was partnered with a long skirt, and although the marriage didn't last that long, the pictures did, and they still look wonderful today. Belle de Jour in 1967, the film that Catherine Deneuve starred in for Louis Brunel, was a sort of exploration, very daring for the time, and even for now, a daring exploration of sort of a bourgeois, middle-class Parisian woman's sexual fantasies. And, you know, it needed it needed stylish clothes for the character, but they had to do two very important things, these clothes. They had to be very demure and discreet and prim on the surface, but they also had to hint at this very dark, interior sexual life that was going on in this woman's head initially, and then later on she was acting it out. And Saint Laurent got it immediately and instinctively, and the clothes he did are absolutely classic. It's worth watching that film just for the fashion moments. Way before Sex and the City, Buñuel's Belle de Jour is a real film about frocks and shoes. The other famous and lasting legacy, of course, is the safari jacket. Again, this wasn't strictly new because colonialists had been yumping across colonies in safari outfits 100 years earlier, but they didn't look quite the way Saint Laurent made them look, which was to cut them very slim, to lace them provocatively tightly over bare bronze breasts, and to partner them with shorts and short skirts, and they were incredibly sexy. But again, they had that very cool simplicity, because what we tend to forget when we look back at the 60s now is that there was quite a lot of frou-frou femininity going on as well, and Saint Laurent wasn't really having any of that. Finally, Saint Laurent gave us transparency way back in the late 60s. And viewed from today's perspective, when we're absolutely inundated with Z-list celebrities wearing far too little and revealing far too much flesh, I think this can look like a tacky stunt, but you just have to remember the context that this dress first appeared in. You know, it was a time when women were still sort of shaking off girdles, corsets. They were just taking the first tentative steps towards career emancipation and also towards sexual emancipation. So I think, far from seeming tacky, this dress was scandalous and shocking, and sometimes you need to be scandalous and shocking in fashion. And actually, again today, when it's so hard to do anything shocking, it's easy to lose sight of the pure power of a truly scandalous or shocking dress, and I think this reminds us of it.